Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and today we are coming at you with another guide for Disney Villainous. So let's get ready to hypnotize genies, tigers, carpets, monkeys, and find out just how snake-like we can be as we take on the role of the scheming royal vizier, Jafar.
I think it's time to say goodbye to Prince Abubu.
In this video, we will be looking at all the cards in his deck with a few tips on how to play them or not play them, as the case may be. We will also be looking at Jafar's Fate deck for anyone who may want some tips and tricks on how to effectively keep Jafar from winning the game. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. To win as Jafar, all he has to do is start his turn with the magic lamp on his side of the realm and in the Sultan's palace location. But that's not all. He must also hypnotize the genie and have him on Jafar's side of the realm, but at any location. So we have yet another start your turn goal. And it's not going to be as simple as finding the magic lamp and playing it directly to the Sultan's palace. So let's table the palaver and get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
Oh, no, none of that. Let's start off with the allies that Jafar can use. He has 6 total. 3 palace guards, 1 Gazim, 1 Razul, and 1 Iago. Let's start with the palace guards. These guys cost 1 power and have 2 strength. That's all they got, so just play them wherever a hero needs to be taken out. Or they could serve another purpose, which I'll get to later. The next ally is Gazim. He costs 2 power and has 2 strength. He also has the ability to let Jafar get an item out of his discard pile if he discards Gazim first. He can be discarded by either using effects or using him in a vanquish action. If there is something important in Jafar's discard pile and he can discard Gazim properly, go ahead and play him. Otherwise, discard him. Next in the lineup is Razul. He costs 3 power to play and has a strength of 3. He also reduces the cost of any ally played at his location by 1 power. So essentially, half of Jafar's allies can be played for free at Razul's location. If Jafar is going to use him at all, play him to either Sultan's Palace or the Oasis to help bring in allies to keep those activate actions free. And the last ally Jafar has is his trusty bird sidekick, Iago. This is by far the best ally in the deck. When activated, Iago can move 1 unattached item from his location to an adjacent unlocked location. This will be very helpful when it is time to move that magic lamp across the realm. Just be careful not to bring him out too early, as there are fake cards that can discard him like that. And that's it for Jafar's allies. Now let's take a look at his items. He has 8 total. 3 scimitars, 2 hourglasses, 1 snake staff, 1 scarab pendant, and 1 magic lamp. Let's start with the scimitars. This free-to-play card gets attached to any ally, and that ally gets +1 strength. If you have an ally out, go ahead and give them a sword. A free strength boost never hurt anyone, and later we'll discuss another thing that can be done with those swords. The next item is the Hourglass. When activated, this item gives heroes at the same location -2 strength for that turn. Jafar should play one of these to the Cave of Wonders after it's unlocked, and the other to Sultan's Palace. Being able to reduce a hero's strength is very handy for a certain effect that Jafar has. More on that later. Our next item is Jafar's Snake Staff. When this card is activated, Jafar can put a hypnotized card from his discard pile back into his hand. This item is very handy, so play it as soon as possible. Use it often to keep those hypnotized cards in your hand. Why is hypnotizing so important? Don't worry, we're getting there. Everything will be fine. The absent friend is your best friend. The absent friend makes the best Disney Villainous guides ever. Now let's get to the Scarab Beetle. Even though this item is not part of the objective, Jafar must find it and play it to be able to unlock the Cave of Wonders, because that's where the magic lamp must be played to. Be sure to cycle through the deck quickly to get to this item. It also has the advantage of letting Jafar draw one extra card at the end of every turn. And finally, we have reached the magic lamp. Once Jafar has the Cave of Wonders unlocked, he can play the magic lamp to that location. Once the magic lamp is played, Jafar will immediately find the genie and place him at the Cave of Wonders as well. As soon as the magic lamp is out, begin moving it to Sultan's Palace by either using the move item or ally action and or using Iago. Be careful, as there are 2 heroes in the Fate deck that can steal the magic lamp away, and Jafar will have to defeat them to get it back. And that's all the items that Jafar has. Now let's look at his effects. He has a total of 12. Yeah. 3 Scrying, 3 Necessary Sacrifice, 2 Hypnotize, 2 A Snake Am I, and 2 Sorceress Power. The first effect is Scrying. For 1 power, Jafar must choose either item or ally, then reveal cards from the top of the deck until the chosen card type is revealed. That card goes into Jafar's hand and the rest are discarded. Anytime this card is in Jafar's hand, use it to find items and cycle through that deck to find those objectives faster. Once Jafar has the items he needs, just use the card to find allies or just get rid of it. The next effect is Necessary Sacrifice. This card is free to play and allows Jafar to discard any ally or item he controls and gain 3 power. Remember that other purpose that palace guards or scimitars can have? This is it. Use this effect anytime it is in Jafar's hand to gain 3 power just by discarding a scimitar or a palace guard. Gazim could also be sacrificed, like he was in the movie, to help Jafar get any items from his discard pile. And Jafar will need as much power as he can to be able to use his next effect card, Hypnotize. To play this card, Jafar needs power equal to the target hero's strength, and then that hero becomes an ally for Jafar and goes to the bottom of the realm. This is the most important effect card to Jafar and should be the main way Jafar defeats any hero that is in his way. Then he can use the Snake Staff to bring the Hypnotized card back from the discard pile and use it again. So why should Jafar do this instead of just vanquishing the heroes like everybody else? I'm so glad you asked. If the heroes are on Jafar's side of the realm, they cannot re-enter the Fate deck to be drawn again later. You get it? There it is. Remember, he must also use this card to defeat Genie and bring him under his control to win the game. The next effect card Jafar has is A Snake Am I? This card allows Jafar to defeat a hero at his location with a strength of 4 or less. Since Jafar should be hypnotizing his prey, this card should be considered useless. However, desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. And his last effect card is Sorceress Power. This card allows Jafar to move any hero and or ally to any unlocked location in his realm. On the surface, this card seems pretty useless. However, it has one major advantage. If Aladdin or Abu have stolen the magic lamp from Jafar, this card will move either of them to Sultan's Palace instantly to be defeated, leaving the magic lamp exactly where Jafar needs it to win the game. Keep this card in Jafar's hand if the magic lamp is out, just in case it gets stolen. Otherwise, discard it. And that is it for all the cards that Jafar can play during his turn. Now let's take a look at those conditions. His first condition is Deception. With this card, Jafar can reveal and play the top card of another villain's Fate deck if that villain has 2 or more items in play. This isn't a bad card at all, but of course, depending on which villain Jafar is facing, it could be completely useless. If he can play it, otherwise... His other condition is manipulation. This is a great way for Jafar to retrieve important cards from his discard pile like Iago or Hypnotize, as long as another player has 3 or more allies in play. Again, know thine enemy to see if this card will be able to be used at all. And that completes Jafar's villain deck. But you know what's next, the Fate deck, so let's check it out. Let's start with those heroes. There are a total of 7. First up is the Sultan. He has a strength of 2 and cannot be defeated by palace guards. This card is garbage, but if it must be played, just cover up some actions. Next is Princess Jasmine. She has a strength of 3, and while she is in play, Jafar must draw 1 less card at the end of every turn. If this comes out before the Scarab Beetle, definitely play her to hinder Jafar's deck cycling. If the Scarab Beetle is already out, and the other card is better, play that card instead. And now her faithful pet, Raja. If Jasmine is in play, this 4-strength feline gets an additional 2 strength. Definitely play him if Jasmine is out to give him that extra boost and cover up those actions. Next up is Carpet. Even though he is only 2 strength, Jafar must defeat Carpet before any other hero. Anytime during a Fate action, if a hero comes out that has this ability, play them. Don't question it, just do it. Any hero that distracts from the villain's goal is always worth playing, like these next 2 heroes, Apu and Aladdin. Apu has a strength of 2 and Aladdin has a strength of 4. Both of these guys can steal any item at the location they are played to, and that item becomes attached to them until they are defeated. Use them to steal the magic lamp. Let me say it again. Use Apu or Aladdin to steal the magic lamp. Try to augment them with Fate items as well. Oh, and don't worry if these guys come out too early. There is a Fate effect that will fix that. And our last hero is the Genie. He has a strength of 6 and he gets +2 strength if the magic lamp is at his location. If he comes out during a Fate action, play the other card instead, but don't fret if he is the only card to be played. Just use him to cover actions. However, do not give him any Fate items until after the magic lamp has been played. That's all the heroes. Now let's talk about the best actions to cover and in what order. Cover up his double card play action, which also covers an activate action. Then cover up his other activate action. Anything after that is bonus. If Jafar cannot activate his staff or even Iago, that will hinder his progress more than one might think. Now let's look at his Fate items. He has only 1 item, but 3 copies, Wish. When Wish is played, it gets attached to a hero, and that hero gets +2 strength. Give all these wishes to the Genie after the magic lamp is played. This will give the Genie a total of 12 strength, and maybe even 14 if the magic lamp is in his location. That means Jafar will have to have 14 power to be able to hypnotize him. If the Genie is already hypnotized, then give the wishes to either Aladdin or Abu or Carpet, whichever is the biggest distraction to Jafar's goal at the time. And now for his Fate effects. He has 5 total, 2 crushing blows, 2 narrow escapes, and 1 treachery. Let's start with crushing blow. This allows the Fator to discard an ally from Jafar's realm as long as that ally is strength 3 or less. Use this to discard Iago. Or if Jafar hypnotized them, use this to discard Apu or Carpet to get them back into the Fate discard pile so they can be retrieved by the next effect, Narrow Escape. This lets the Fator choose a discarded hero to be played immediately. Any hero, but of course we want Aladdin, Apu, or Carpet to mess with Jafar's plans. And the last effect is Treachery. This will force Jafar to discard 2 power. This is very handy as Jafar is trying to build up the power it takes to hypnotize the Genie. While it is good, it should only be played when it's going to hurt Jafar the most. Study the situation very carefully. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone found this video informative and maybe even picked up a few pointers on how to better play Jafar or play against Jafar. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Keep watching this channel for more Disney Villainous guides. But before we go, let me know in the comments which Disney villain you think is the most sympathetic. This is your absent friend, signing off.